Hey everyone, Jason Bowington here with Midnight Illusions, and we're in Washington, D.C. We're actually here for the North American Global Learning Enterprise Team Summit, which takes place tomorrow. So today is actually Tourist Day, which is fantastic. Get a little sightseeing, and to learn more about Global Learning Enterprise and what that incredible initiative is all about, check out the link below. It'll link you to one of our video blog posts that was taking place in Paris only a few weeks ago from the time that we're filming this video today. So check that out. So we're just touring here in Washington, D.C. Ahead of me is the Lincoln Memorial. Behind me there we have the Washington Monument. Behind that is the U.S. Capitol Building. And just off to the right of the Washington Monument is the White House. So clearly this is definitely the center, the core of the United States. You know, so many systems flow through this area that basically define the entire country. We have political systems, economic systems, and everything flows through the core of this area. And I was thinking about that as I was, reflecting beside this reflecting pool here, reflection pool. I'm sure that I'm the only person in history that's ever made that pun. But anyway, so I was thinking about the core of our apps, and with Midnight Illusions, we always make sure that our core code is developed native, which means as close to the original operating system as possible. In the case of iOS, iPhone, iPad, this is Xcode. In the case of Android, this is Android Studio. Now, we always develop this way to ensure that we have long-term control and functionality and expandability of the apps that we develop, both for ourselves in-house and for our clients. Now, app development doesn't have to happen this way. There are a lot of turnkey systems out there that you just go to a website, you plug in a menu system, upload some images, upload some content, push a few buttons, and then you have an app that you're able to upload to the App Store. Now, this does work great. In some cases, it's definitely a lot cheaper to develop apps this way, and also it is a really great way for you to crank out an app in the short term. However, if you're going to be in the app game for the long term, I strongly encourage you, when you're thinking about the core underlying system of your app, what's driving the entire thing, to make sure you develop in Xcode or Android Studio and skip the turnkey systems, with the main reason being that you'll have long-term control of your apps. Now, we've seen turnkey systems come and go. A lot of them are Silicon Valley startups. They dissolve, they run out of money, they get taken over by another company. Someone sunsets the business, the business strategy, the solution, and then what happens is people that developed using those systems no longer have access and can no longer upgrade their app or do anything with their app in the next, over the long term, next upgrade. Most recently, we've seen this happen with Parse, which is an online database system. It's a fantastic system, works very, very well, very, very robust, but it's being discontinued by the end of this year. And we have clients who came to us for app upgrades and stuff, but they base their entire database and backend system on Parse, and it works great. Worked great for them over the short term. It was cheaper than developing in-house, but now they're really, really stuck because now they can't develop their app any further. They have to actually redevelop their app from start, which can get very, very expensive, and especially if you have an existing system out there with tons of users, existing infrastructure in place, it can get really, really messy really, really quick. So I encourage you, when you're developing your app, thinking about developing your app, or hopefully your app is in production really, really soon, to go for the core. Go for the tried and true, which is Xcode, Android Studio. You can dabble in the turnkey systems, but always have a long-term solution available, because that'll really, really lead to the success of your app over the long term, control of your app over the long term, and to your long-term success. So I'm Jason Bowington with Midnight Illusions here in Washington, D.C., checking out the sites, enjoying this beautiful, lovely spring evening. It's 24 degrees here. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. It's a t-shirt weather in April. It's great. So take care. We'll see you again, and looking forward to your comments down below. Cheers.